I think the biggest problem is people overthinking everything. It's not rocket science. Up, up, up. There you go.
Coach Greg, and I'm here with Dura, and we're warming up at, what's the gym? Monster Gym?
Monster Gym.
Monster Gym in Montreal. I do full body workouts. Dura does not, but we're gonna go through kind of like my workout routine. I just do a little bit of everything in a circuit. I'm gonna give you some tips on how to train, how to do it things right and wrong. Always start with a warm up. How long do you warm up for before you train?
I don't warm up. I don't.
And so he doesn't warm up, and so don't listen to anything I'm saying. This is an IB pro, no Mr. Olympia. But in all seriousness, warm-ups will prevent muscle injury. It gets your heart rate up, get a bit of a sweat going. But a lot of people doing back skip. Is there a reason why you skip it out? Like,
not really. I just don't. Yeah, time. I got kids. You know, I got a in and out kind of thing.
And so that's why we get vasectomies.
Yeah,
so we get our cardio in. We're not going too crazy. It's a kind of a deload for me. All right. And so you do this machine all the time?
Yeah, I like that more than the straight bar.
And what would you say? Would you stretch at the top completely?
Sometimes I do.
A little bit or not?
Yeah, I usually do. Yeah.
Now, do you pause at the bottom like this?
No, I don't pause
no
at the bottom. Yeah. I just get the stretch, get the execution.
What about tempo? Like some people are like, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I don't do that.
You just pull.
I just pull. Yeah.
This actually feels really good. It's got a smooth feel. I actually love this machine.
It really is nice. That's why I like it more than the straight bar.
Yeah. Now, normally, if I'm training alone, I would have already done a chest exercise. I'd just go from one machine to the next, and go, but we're gonna take our time a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with one more set,
No stress.
a little bit harder. Just getting a fun workout in. Remember, this is the kind of workout you could do on vacation if you're traveling. Just get your whole body in. I know most of you are doing like a bro split or 3-day split or whatever. Just go in, you're on vacation, get your whole body workout in. Just do 1, 2, maybe 3 sets per body part, and you're good. And so for me, that's kind of training easy. Typically when I'm at the gym, I might do a drop set or cheat a little bit more.
I usually do the drop sets with machines. So with that, I could do a drop set. Yeah, that's why I like training with machines more. Yeah. Because the plates, it's like if I'm training alone, I'm not gonna get off the machine, take the plates down, and then go back.
It's the same for me. When I was younger, I used to use more free weights. I really believed that was better than machines.
I realized with it, like, not really.
As I've gotten older, I like machines more. You quickly can
switch.
Go from one machine to the next. Drop sets are easier. It's predetermined, the range of motion, it's set, it's easier.
I don't know, I don't like, yeah, like if I go back in time, like especially with my back injury, I'd be like, why was I doing that?
I'm hurting my back and stuff. Why not just do the machines?
Yeah, true.
So we're a fan of machines.
You live and learn.
When you're spotting, you don't really need to help them on the lowering of the weight because it's the easier part. You only really need to help them on the concentric or when the muscle's shortened. All right, chest. How big are your arms?
Now, 19.
With a pump?
19 and a half.
19 and a half. The biggest I've ever had pumped was just over 20, like 20 and a quarter.
Oh,
that
no,
was
cold, I was 20.
Oh, really? I've never had cold 20. I've had 19 cold, 20 and a bit with a good pump.
Maybe at my prime.
And 240. That must be your biggest.
238. Yeah. Maybe I was like 21. Pumped.
Huge.
Huge. Right.
And so 120 pounds, this is surprisingly heavy. Now remember, it's the first time I've ever been in this gym. So when you do travel and you experiment, use lower weights than you expect because you might end up putting on a too heavy a weight. Much more likely to get injured. So a lot safer to go with a lighter weight to warm up, make sure you don't get injured. You can always go heavier, train harder on the second set.
So were you using this grip?
Yeah, and so for me, I'm trying the inside grip because it's a new machine. I want to try something different.
Okay.
Obviously, you can use any grip you want.
I love using this like that.
I think it's a little bit, perhaps a little bit easier on the top. It's more of a bench press motion, it's something different. I can squeeze harder like this. It's almost like I'm getting a pec deck feel at the top.
I like that.
So it looks like you're coming more up. Are you trying to focus on more like the upper chest?
I always do. I always do like focusing more on the upper chest.
basically everyone's weakness a little bit in the higher part.
It's not only that, I have kind of like the barrel chest.
Yeah.
So it kind of looks like titties. Yeah.
So the more you work the upper portion, the better.
Yeah. At least I try.
Yeah. Quick tempo, you're just doing reps so you get it burned. You don't count.
No.
And so I have 165 pounds on here out of 300, so barely half the stack. And so remember, we're not ego lifting. Me and him, we're both IBU pros. We compete against each other. We're not gonna come in the gym and say, let's see who can lift the stack 300 pounds and max out. That's the easiest way to get a pec tear, to get injured. It's all about going to the gym and getting an effective workout, not trying to kill yourself and trying to impress everyone.
Also, you're a power lifter. I'm not gonna compete with who lifts more.
We don't need to compete. Yeah. All right. All right, so this is, okay. A completely different feel from the first grip. Mix it up, pick the one you like more.
Come on, come on, come on.
One more.
Up, 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 up. There you go.
Got the forearm or like brachioradialis. It's like the size of my biceps. This muscle right here. Just look at the size of that muscle. It kind of reminds me of Flex Lewis. Just the mass in the forearms.
Can you guess how I do that?
As you can see, like the muscle growth you have right here, as your bar, as the arm is pressing in, that muscle is pushing on your bicep. It's almost like giving a rebound effect. So when you're bulking up and you're fatter in the off season, you can lift a lot more weight. It doesn't mean you're necessarily put on more muscle. The bar might not be traveling as far. Think of it, if you're bench pressing, you have an inch of fat, and you go down to here. If you're dieted, you have to go an inch further. It might make you weaker. So a lot of people, they diet down, they're weaker. They think, oh, I've lost muscle. You might not have lost muscle. You might just have to go further range of motion.
That's true.
People don't always think of that. There's a lot of reasons why you're stronger when you're bigger. Some of it's just more water around the joints, just better.
I think the biggest problem is people overthinking everything. It's not rocket science.
And so I think I've done this exercise when I was 17 years old, and I haven't done it since. So why not try new equipment? If you're at a new gym and you see something that you haven't used, well, why not give it a try? Kira said, let's put one plate aside to be safe, because, well, I don't know how to do it. So rather than being ego lifting, we're using lighter weights. Let's give this a try. All right, so it already feels awkward. I have no idea what to do. Okay, hold on here. All right, lifting this off.
I would bring maybe your legs a little bit more towards you. A little bit. No, towards you.
Fire on this side. Okay.
Yeah, towards you.
It's stretching the hamstrings like you wouldn't believe, like right here.
That's what it's supposed
to
do. It's supposed to stretch your hamstrings.
So I'm gonna try to pause at the bottom here. What a stretch at the glute, like basically the glute hab tie-in. Huge stretch here. Boy, it's hard to really lower it. My rib cage is basically right on it. I wonder if I try it wide, what that'll feel. It's not hard, but it's different.
I like it. It's so I find that it's very easy on the knees.
Yeah.
Easy on the knees, kind of stretches the hamstring, hits like the outer quad more. Yeah. I feel. So when you push, like use your heel, right?
Yeah. Push from the heel.
And then it's like mostly in the hamstring.
Do you find it's crushing your ribs? Or not that low?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, good. I was just like,
yeah.
Over here. Definitely feeling my hamstring. Even sitting here between sets, I can feel right in the hamstring. I'll probably be sore tomorrow, even without a heavy weight.
You don't have to go too low either.
Yeah.
So you see these two screws?
Yeah.
Those are like my indicators on where my toes. Like my big toe goes. Yeah.
Now, when you're bodybuilding, would you cover up in the gym, or would you wear a tank? Like, would you want to hide the package, or do you want to get motivated, wear a stringer in the gym?
I don't wear stringers. Like it's like halfway in between, like kind of like what you're wearing.
You wear a top like me.
Yeah.
You're wearing a t-shirt now, so I was curious. It's like, wonder if this guy covers up.
It just depends, like on my mood. Like I don't have one of these philosophies where it's like I have to hide my package.
Right. Yeah. A lot of guys are like that.
Like, you know,
if you're going to a show, it's
I gotta be mysterious.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so much different than everyone else. Like, oh, almost everyone looks kind of the same.
Yeah.
I think the one person where everyone kind of took that from was Dorian Yates.
Yeah, working alone in a dungeon. You know, he waits to see me at the show, and it's like,
and
wow.
it's like, bro, you're not Dorian Yates.
Yeah.
You don't need to cover up anything.
Sometimes when I do an exercise, I try to make the lift harder. Rather than thinking, how much weight can I move? I'm thinking, how can I make the least amount of weight the hardest? With my feet a bit further down, I feel it more in my quad here, just a little bit harder. My feet up, I find I have more power. So I'm gonna try it like this. Oh, whoa, what am I doing here? All right. Much harder like that. I felt like this better. More quad, which is what I want.
Put your legs closer together?
Close together, and my feet here more. Made more emphasis on the quads because my hamstrings are really strong regardless.
Okay.
I hardly ever train them. I always try to focus on quads. My quad's not as strong as my hamstrings, so I'm always focusing on.
It's very true when you use your toes, like your end of the foot, quads, more heel, hamstrings.
Yeah.
That's why I do the heel, because my hamstrings are much weaker than my quads.
That burn, that felt good. Look at that teardrop you got. It's double mine. Oh, yeah, your legs are shredded too. Now one thing I still have is hamstrings.
I feel a little bit. I don't think as prominent as yours, maybe. Yeah, you always have to side.
You're lean. Their legs are really.
Yeah.
Good
I always carry fat on my lower back.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
it.
me too.
Here.
Fat right
here. It all goes here. It goes nowhere else. I've never done this before, like several body parts. It's my first time doing it.
Yeah. You can always do something different. Like people are so afraid to not do the exact workout. Like you coach people, I coach people. The person at the gym was on my machine for 15 minutes. I couldn't work out. I'm like, do the machine next to it. Something slick. We have a seated row type machine. There's 8 of them in this gym. If you have one that you can't use a different one. It's okay. I'm like, I'm gonna use this. I've never used this machine before. I like trying new machines, stimulate the muscle in a different way. Don't be afraid to mix things up. And people are like, well, how do you track progressive overload if you use a different machine? Just freaking go harder than last time. Track it by going hard. If you go hard, the muscle's gonna grow.
That's what I
Simple.
too much overthinking.
Yeah. Analysis by paralysis or paralysis by analysis. Crazy. So I'm trying to get a good stretch right here. Squeeze in, pause briefly, slowly lower it, pull hard. Starting to sweat. I usually have a fan. I bring a fan everywhere I go to the gym. Keeps me cool. I find I can train harder.
Cold water versus room temperature water.
Cold water burn more calories, cools you down more. Cold water every time. If you hurt when you're doing it, you know, you want to try an experiment, try a different exercise, and just pick whatever works for your body. You might love this. I try it, I don't like it, so I'm going somewhere else. Do you ever need straps when you train back?
When I prep for shows, I use straps. But now I don't need.
So what's your theory? Some guys say don't use straps because it doesn't get your grip.
I have massive forearms.
Yeah, clearly.
So I don't like. I think not using straps helps build forearms. Yeah. I don't need that. So
I would say never let your grip be the reason you don't train your back to failure. So if you need straps to go hard, then use the straps. You might think, yeah, but I don't build my form. I'm like, use the straps to do your back exercise,
and then do
take them
forearm
off,
exercises.
and train your forms specifically.
Separately.
It's not that hard. Harder to get in position than it is to do it.
You like it though?
Oh yeah. It's smooth, I like it.
Nice.
Warming up, speed.
Wait, not done?
Lots of speed. Remember, he's trying something different. He's trying like every body part in one day. He's not used to this.
Yeah,
so there's no
don't
reason
do this
to go
often.
crazy. He's getting a good
It
warm
feels
up.
good. Like I feel my legs are a little bit tight, my chest is tight, back's tight, shoulders tight.
Good pump overall. Not getting injured, not training super heavy. So I added a 10-pound on the right side just because my right side is stronger than my left from injury. So I'll give that a go. And I'm gonna experiment with the grip, grab on the inside.
I always superset both.
Good idea. Mix it up. This way is harder for me.
It's funny, the other one is harder
Oh yeah?
for me.
Especially my left arm, like the tricep really, like this arm can go all day. This one, I'm struggling.
So then start with this one.
And that's heavier on this side, because this side is dead. I probably have a 25-pound more on the right than the left.
Then if this grip is harder, start with the harder one.
Close grip, yeah, makes sense. And go on the outside.
So you can finish off.
Yeah. And Dura favors a faster tempo. Some guys like it fast, sometimes like it slow. Faster speed usually means higher reps because it's really still important. Get in that time under tension. You don't want the entire exercise to last 10 seconds. Alright, so I got 20 pounds heavier on the right side than the left. I'm gonna start on my weaker movement first. Then when I get tired, I'll go out to the side. Still harder on the left, like that. And then I'll switch it, all right?
Some spotting. All right, there we go.
Up. I'll just do the right side. And so, very awkward to train like this. You can see how weak my left side is to the right. Sometimes I'll just go lighter on the set. Sometimes I'll do extra reps on the right side. But what I'm trying to do is train each side to failure. And I know a lot of you are thinking, well, if you're injured side, why don't you just not train the right side? I know I'm not equally balanced, but I'd rather have a big right arm and a small left arm than two small arms. So I'm doing the best I can.
That's a good point. Right. So I usually do one, like that.
This is the warm-up. And then
I'll do the same, but with heavier weight.
Now, one arm feels more tired than the next, like here, because this arm just rested more.
Yeah.
It's a bit harder.
Yeah.
Then when you just switch over the other way, like start the opposite. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna do that, but slightly different. I'm gonna do it, my arms out, and then I'll, like at the same time, and then I'll do it. Way harder. I never do these, so to me this right away kill.
It's good, huh?
Oh, it's hard. My forearms. I'm not used to it at all. I'm gonna cheat a bit. Like all here is kills. I'm not used to it. I only do like supinated curls. Only, always.
Hammer?
Never. Huh. So it's totally a different feeling. I like trying new stuff, so it's like, give this a try and do it.
I like hammer curls.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably why you got those.
Maybe.
I don't.
Yeah.
Literally, like that's like the muscle you're feeling right there. So.
It's supposed to get like the brachialis, so like the muscle that's between the bicep and the tricep.
Nice. And do you focus on calves at all, or is that a genetic thing? You have to train calves hard?
My calves were the shittiest calves ever.
Yeah.
And those I worked really hard on.
Yeah.
3 times a week, minimum twice a week. I tried everything, high reps, heavy weights.
Yeah.
I noticed the sweet spot is like somewhere in between, like heavy, slow, 15 reps.
15. Yeah. I find a lot of people will listen to whoever has the most impressive physique, they'll listen to them.
But you're not supposed to.
But it's like they already had
you're
the
supposed to
genetics
listen.
for it.
You're supposed to listen to someone who had really like a bad body part,
and then
now yeah. For me, like don't take forearm advice from me because they were always like that.
Already there.
But my biceps and triceps were very weak, and my calves were very weak. My chest grows like nothing. Like that's it.
Right.
It's pops up.
Yeah. That's a wrap. Training with Dura. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. I'm sure we're gonna collab in the future. Perhaps race cars.
Maybe.
Don't forget to check out his site. He has both an Arabic channel and an English channel.
I just started my English channel, so you know, be kind.
All right. And until next time, we're out.
All right.